Hello, everyone. My name is Cameron Cowan. I haven't even taken the guys out of the green room. Here we go. Assign, remove from green room, remove from green room. Here we go. Hi, everyone. My name is Cameron Cowan. This is the Living Joke. I'm going to get the guys here in a minute. You may have noticed on the promo and the title of this episode, we were going to talk about woke word wars today because we thought we were going to have the creator with us, and he ended up not being able to make it today. Very, very sad. Sounds like it was an emergency or something. So we'll talk about the game, I'm sure, somewhere along the way, but we'll be talking to the creator, Brian, here in the upcoming future, so keep an eye on things. If you want to keep an eye on where we're doing and what we're up to and clips from the show and everything, you're going to want to go head over to our Substack, thelivingjoke.substack.com. It has extra content, links to gaming channels for the guys when they're streaming, all this type of thing, and it's our home base. It's where everything is at. And the other great thing is we are in the middle of working on some perks for our subscribers. So if you become a paid subscriber for $8 a month or about $150 a year, you get to come into our private Discord, hang out with us, special streams. We're working on different perks. So make sure to check that out and keep that in mind. And if you want to follow us on social, we're on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram at TLJ_joke. And we finally got live privileges on TikTok, and we're starting to experiment with doing lives on TikTok, so that's going to be a lot of fun. With all that out of the way, we have a very full show today. So unlike last week where no one had ideas, this week we have all the ideas. So let me get the guys in here. Hang on. And here we go. Let's see here. Oh, Will's got it. You've got a thing. I know you do.
Hello.
Hello.
Nani? Nanda.
Oh, hi guys. How we doing? How goes it?
Not bad, brother. How about you?
It's swinging. It's long and strong and down to get the friction on. I'm ready.
Oh, that's good. So
that's so ratchet.
Yeah, it is ratchet. It's all ratchet. Ratchet is as ratchet does. So, well, I say then in that case we can dive right in to our icebreaker. With the Winter Olympics, which have ended recently. Let's change to and copy this, change that, and we're going to do that instead. Get rid of that one. Put this here, and I think Will, this was you, so we'll have you walk us through this.
Oh yes, this was the Mortal Kombat Winter Olympics ice skating routine, figure skating routine. It was a very, very cool, nice tribute to the series. And it appears, I believe, this is Sub-Zero versus Princess Kitana. And
Nice.
they do some incredible, mock, fatalities and combos and whatnot, all on ice skates. It's very beautiful, and it's a lot of fun. So I thought that would be a good little icebreaker today, being the Olympics and all the fun and controversy going on over there. This is a nice, fun, bright spot.
Nope, certainly. Yeah, it was a little fun. Someone has done an edit.
Yeah, we won't get claimed for this either, I know. They don't care.
Yeah. And NBC might care. We won't go too crazy. But I thought the edit was funny with it starting out fight and then going into the routine. That was cute. So
that's cool.
Yeah, I didn't really, because this is the Australian what? I don't have my glasses on. Which I should have on. Yeah, let's see. Who is that's Oh, they're from Georgia. The country, not the state.
Yeah.
That makes sense now. Yeah, no, that's a really cool idea, and
I believe the dancers' names are listed down below, giving credit to the dancers.
It's Anastasia Metallica and Luca Barolava.
All right.
Yeah. So,
yeah. Luca, excellent job. I loved it, and it was awesome to see something like that at the Olympics.
How long do you think it took him to convince her to do this? Because Lord knows she didn't think of this.
She's like, "What's that?" He's like, "Don't worry about it. Just put this on, and I'll do the rest." Just
right. Like,
don't worry. They're like interviewing him after. They're interviewing Luca after, and they're like, "How do you act out the part where you froze her in a block of ice and kicked her into a million pieces?" And he's just like, "Act? Question mark? No."
Yeah. These were. Did you use practical effects for this? Effects?
It's like in Georgia, which was part of Soviet Union, we know effect. We do. Like so
yeah.
no, that's really cool. I didn't even see this happen. So no, that's really awesome. Gaming in mainstream culture, it's happening.
Do you guys like, as hokey as it is, do you guys like the original Mortal Kombat movie, or do you like the games?
Yeah, the original games. I mean, the first movie was good for its time. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's very silly. The CG reptile is horrible. Cameron?
Oh, yeah.
No. The games were always very iconic. I'll admit, not. I think the only time I ever played it was in an arcade machine, which was forever ago. And the movie was very. Although I think the newer one is better. There's been a more recent to that, and it was better. So, yeah, I don't know. I think that's the type of thing. It to some degree it has to be kind of cartoony and ridiculous. Otherwise, it doesn't work. So
yeah. That's one of the things that they were known for being quote unquote for the time being quote unquote over the top with a lot of things.
Well, as one person said, dude, Reddit user filmmaker Nick wrote, "This made me cry. Maybe it's my sentimentality in my old age, but this is something I never thought I'd see on such a grand stage. And at the Olympics, what a cool moment in the MK fandom. What a stunning skating routine too. Love the costumes and Easter eggs. It was beautiful." And someone said, "No spine rip, 2 of 10." So
bet in the next Mortal Kombat release, there's going to be a figure skater skin or like an emote that Konami is going to try to charge you for. Bet.
Oh yes,
bet on it right now.
Yeah, that's already in development as we speak.
The battle pass, the Olympics battle pass. Smash the head off Anastasia Grakova with figure skater skins. And it's like Rambo versus this nice lady from Georgia. I loved the original movie. The games have been a staple for me. I definitely grew up. I started with Street Fighter, and I just have always kind of stayed with Mortal Kombat. Though Street Fighter Cross Tekken's up there. Love that game. And I love the movie, as ridiculous as it is. The newer ones, I saw the first iteration of it. I have not seen the sequel, the newest one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's on the watch list.
It is, definitely. Yeah, so cool.
I thought it was pretty good. It's a nice new, fresh take on it. I liked it.
Yeah, no, and well, I mean, I think it's just fun, in another day and time that would have never ever happened. I think it's just cool that some people thought of it and brought the world to it and all this sort of thing. I like that stuff. I think that's interesting. So, but yes. Well, I think now we can go straight into segment 1, which has a lot of things in it. Connor, we're going to get to you in a second. I'm going to start quickly with, ironically, I have a story about Pokemon. I know that sounds weird. I should not be the person who has the Pokemon story.
Most of my Pokemon stories are, I caught something and it was cool.
So, well, an interesting thing has occurred. So there's a new game out called Pokemon Pokopia, and it has absolutely turned the whole universe upside down, because it is now like the most highest rated game like in a very long time. Everyone loves it and thinks it's just the best thing ever. We have all the ratings from Games Radar and Nintendo Life and Game Informer, all this type of thing. So much so that the studio that made it is getting more of the franchise. Like the old game developer for other games has been fired, and the Pokemon Pokopia people have been hired, and it's just like it's an unexpected hit. No one thought it would become like instantly beloved everywhere. So when I found this, I thought, I know some people who will actually have something to say about this. So I saved it for us. I just happened upon this story accidentally.
Oh, I love this. Yeah.
I didn't think that running around as a Ditto that's transformed into a human being with the Ditto face would make people that happy, but I guess they like it more than they want.
Yeah, that's this game. Yeah,
Yes, it
we
is.
watched the trailer and we almost vomited looking at the Ditto. Like, ugh, it looks gross. Like, I'm
It's
sorry,
pretty-
it's terrifying.
Pretty fucking creepy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
I
creepy.
had kind
Yeah.
of forgotten that we had already reviewed the trailer for this. I thought it was that all of a sudden this game is the most popular thing going. That just doesn't make any sense.
I'm not that surprised.
If it's as fun as people say it is, I think that that however the game looks or seems or whatever, if the gameplay is fun, then that it makes sense. But if I get on there and it's sweaty Nintendo things, I will let you know.
I kind of expected people to like it because I mean it's from the franchise that makes both Pokemon and Animal Crossing. People absolutely love both of those games, and beyond a few mechanics that seem unique to Pokemon Pokopia, it is Pokemon and Animal Crossing had a love child.
See, I knew you would know more about it. I accidentally happened upon this story. That's why I'm speaking to experts. So
I didn't play. Animal Crossing has a diehard fan base, so I can absolutely see them gravitating towards this. And obviously, it's a great fusion. I think that's a great fusion. I never really got into that, but I do like Pokemon, so I'm willing to give this a shot. It does look cute and fun. I do love very cute, like not stressful, games that you can just play and not think about. It's just a nice good time every time, like Mario RPG.
Oh, that game is very fun. I agree.
You can't have a bad time playing that game.
No, you really can't.
If you have a bad time playing that game, you need to go and like talk to somebody.
No, that is so
yeah, Switch 2 exclusive.
Boo.
See, here's my issue. Here's my issue. This game does look really fun. Is it worth $70 fucking though? I don't think so.
No. I mean, I feel like if they really stretched this for 60, it would get a lot more favor, but I feel like $49.99, $54.99 because it's Nintendo. That's probably the most I would ever pay for it.
Yeah,
I don't think it should be the price of like something that would be considered AAA, because I don't really consider this to be something like that.
I mean, fair point.
That is true. I don't know, because we actually had open. Well, now you've opened Pandora's box, because me and Cam were talking about AAA gaming again the other day, and it's like, so what defines a AAA game nowadays? Because it's clearly not Assassin's Creed. Like Ubisoft is tanking right now. They are tanking. Don't let people fool you. They are in the toilet. It's like that used to be like if you asked every like millennial or Gen Xer that was into console gaming or whatever, they'd be like, oh yeah, Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty, blah blah blah. But people not as many people are buying those games anymore.
It's true.
So what is a AAA game in this new landscape that we have? I'm curious. We don't have to get too deep into it, but anyway, that question came to my mind.
That I think
I
that's
mean, I think it comes more the preference, but
Yeah, Cam. Yeah, Connor.
I mean, I guess it could fit in the real like definition, and I'm only saying this because I was dummy. I didn't ever know this. I had to look it up on our last show. AAA games are defined by high-budget, high-profile blockbuster titles produced and distributed by large, well-known publishers. That's why I brought up Zelda. Like Tears of the Kingdom right now would actually be considered a AAA.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be considered AAA because a lot of money got poured into it. Do I think it's a AAA game? No.
Yeah, no, feeling-wise, absolutely not. But just going by what's kind of defined.
We're gonna get Nintendo haters in here next.
Well, I think one of the things that's important to remember about gaming, and this has become a recurring problem, especially with some of the games I play, because they tend to be very large and complicated and therefore have very exotic hardware requirements, is in the past, because technology was moving so fast, a new generation of a game would be a big leap forward. I mean, the difference between Civilization 2 and Civilization 3 was night and day. The aesthetic was different. Everything was different. Between 3 and 4 was less so. Between 4 and 5, 5 and 6, I own 6. I haven't even ever opened it. It was a waste of money. I think our standards for moving the genre forward are too high because we are used to big leaps forward, and the unfortunate reality is that's just not going to happen anymore because we're starting to reach some hard hardware limits, and I think it's very hard to keep it moving forward with the expectation given hardware limits.
Yeah, no, I definitely, we are reaching kind of a point now for the foreseeable future where things are just kind of going to statically, it'll be incremental, but you're not going to see big changes, not for a long time. I also, like Connor used to play off what you said about it being subjective. Like a lot of people would consider Pokopia to be a AAA game because it's, I don't know, super fun, let's just say. And it's like people consider Assassin's Creed or whatever, but it's like in terms of games made for a general audience, there's a lot of people who would say like Devil May Cry is not a AAA title when it most definitely is. The problem is that those types of games don't cater to the general audience. Like they've never been popular with the general audience because they're high skill games. They're hard.
Yeah.
Like just like, I mean, you know, people eventually got on the Dark Souls train. Dark Souls is really popular, but for a while everything in gaming journalism was, oh, it's the new Dark Souls. And it's like, oh my god.
Remember those days, man.
Everything was Dark. Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets for the GameCube is Dark Souls. Try playing that. Yeah, or Elden Ring, that's another one for sure.
Yeah.
AAA title, but it only caters to a certain audience, and people are like, "Why? It's too hard. You got to put an easy mode for me." And From Software is like, "No."
Yeah.
They complain as they're playing probably one of the easiest Soulsborne games.
If you want easy mode, just play offline, so you don't get randomly raided and stabbed in the back by a potted plant because somebody disguised themselves using an item.
Yeah, no, it's
you know shit's bad when PvP turns into prop hunt in Dark Souls.
No, I mean, I think the hard kind of part, the hard part with all of that is what will make a really great game for gamers who really take it seriously will not sell very well because it's too hard. And with all the consolidation in gaming and everything, and it being so corporatized now everything's going to the lowest common denominator, you know. And that is that's, I think, unfortunate for those who really want to take gaming seriously. See, back in the day, there were so many small studios, you could still have really hard games that didn't have to sell that well because it was a small studio. It was 5 people in a cottage somewhere in California. Now everything's got to be adding to the shareholder value through quarterly profits. So
we have there's also been a history about, like, people have also been salty about games being too hard for a long time, and there is a history behind that of Japanese developers making the game, then, you know, in talks with whether it's going to be released to Western audiences or not. Oftentimes, like, they'll be like, oh no, it's going to be too hard because Americans are too stupid or whatever. Like, that was kind of the mentality. Like, the West, it's going to be too hard for them. So, like, if you guys, for people that don't know, it's not exactly the case now, but it used to be, is like Final Fantasy, let's say, in US, it'll say like easy, normal as difficulties, and then usually when you clear the game, you'll unlock hard mode. In Japan, normal mode is easy mode, and then there's hard mode.
Right.
And then, yeah, that's it though. So, like, there is a bit of a history, and also marketing. Like, ET is a famous example for Nintendo, incredibly difficult, and also a really shit game. A lot of Nintendo games were like that. They're like, well, let's just make it absurdly hard, so they'll have a really hard time beating it, and that'll make people like it'll make them play the games longer to increase our branding and our marketability and whatnot. They'll
Right.
grow a fandom by spending so much time and community and working on it. So it was a whole like marketing plot.
and that's, I think, what has changed most about gaming, for better or for worse.
It's all about the spreadsheets.
Yeah, the whole thing has totally, the whole reason why you're doing it has changed. But anyway, we're having a whole AAA game discussion. We could do a whole segment on that.
Yeah, sorry, I went down a rabbit hole there.
Yes,
sorry.
let's get to Connor's video.
It was a good hole, though.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was.
Do I have the? If I have the video first, let me actually talk about WoW real first, quick, because that's fast.
I was about to ask you, did you want to do WoW or the video first?
Yeah, I'd like to do WoW first. That's really quick.
The floor is yours.
Just that Midnight has fully released to all of those that have purchased it. Ooh. I was actually not paying attention, and I was online. I was in Azarath when it happened, so if you see my stream, I'm like, I Hearthstone as my character, and then I look, and I'm like, oh wait, I have an XP bar again. What's happening? And then it's like, oh, Midnight fucking launched, like in the middle of my gameplay. So it was a surprise, but a nice one. So I got to go start experiencing that, and what an awesome expansion so far. I'm barely into the quest line. It's nice, it's fun. The introduction quest line doesn't take too long, but it's pretty cool. You return to the city of Silvermoon, which I mentioned in previous videos, except they've completely revamped it, because if you're a long-time player, you know now we can fly around on mounts. There's a lot more movement. It feels better if the map feels big, larger. New Silvermoon is really nice. When you finish the intro quest line, you get a pretty nice, I guess I'd say a cinematic scene, not like an actual cinematic video, but a cinematic scene where you're at the end of the bridge that leads into Silvermoon, as your character is going to go fly into it, and you really get a view of how it looks and the scale of the city. And all there, just so they revamped not just the city, but like all of Qualtanis, all of the highlands that the Silvermoon City like areas in, for example, they revamped, and it looks gorgeous. Classes all feel fun to play. overall, just that if you haven't played World of Warcraft before but have been thinking about it, now's a really good time to join in.
Excellent. Yes. Well, it's
And that's all I've got to say about that.
no, fair enough, fair enough. So, do you want to set us up for this video, or do you want to just play it?
I'll just say you can. I pre-recorded this, but my audio came out like shit. So if you just want to mute it while we play it, and I'll talk.
Okay.
But you can play it, and if you actually wanna, just pause in the beginning because it's a short video.
Yep. All right. So let me do.
I apologize. I should have done timestamps, but it'll be fast either way.
We're paused from the beginning.
Idiot.
So, ready?
You can play it and just pause when it comes up with like the perfect pause there.
Yep.
So this is a game that dropped in late 2021 apparently. Well, I never heard of it when it came out. It's overall it's your standard platform fighter, you know, if you play Super Smash Bros and like those kind of games, or now there's so much more out. I guess they've just got all coined as platform fighters. This one's pretty interesting and not too expensive either. It was only $15. But it does have something pretty unique, which has what really drew me into even getting this. If you go ahead and play, you can play for a minute. Let's see. I should go to editors. Yeah, I'm blabbing. My audio is shit. Just skip ahead to where I'm in the editor, please. I'm sure you can kind of see.
There we are.
There's fine. Perfect. So what really makes this game, and you can just pause again.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm just every time I have a Yodo segment, just pause. What really makes this unique is you can create characters. And I don't mean your standard, like, edit how they look and give them a different weapon kind of character. I mean, you can build your fighting character from absolute scratch and have them act and do whatever you want. If you can play the video for me, please.
Mm-hmm.
So here I'm going to load. I'm going to go load this character, Guy. And loads up here. Guy. Another pause, please.
Yep.
Guy is a character I've been creating.
Huh.
So all sprites. So you build all the sprites from scratch. At the top, you see like the top is where most of your work goes into the animation. You have your animation rig, which is for like smooth kind of, or animation rigs for simpler animation. You can have like your main sprites you want to use for your character. You save them as an animation rig, and then you can even like bind bones to them so you can move them in certain ways. And then as I didn't really show this in the video, but if you're looking at the video, you can see the top under like animation rig, there's frame 1, and then there's frame 30. All I did was do one movement to like spin the diamonds of my character between those frames, and then the animation rig fills in the rest of the movement.
Oh. That's sick, dude.
And
I like this. I like your Guy. I think that's a great name for him.
Thank you. I wasn't sure what to call him yet, but it might just stay like that. And then sprite layers are where you get into some more detailed animating. You can, of course, import sprite sheets from free use sources. You can create your own. I've been just basically creating all my own sprites for this character because I used to screw around with pixel art when I was a kid, and that works really well for this. But you can really get into your frame by frame. You can do things even like if you don't necessarily have a sprite sheet, but you want to work off the animation rig, you can highlight or bake the whole animation rig, and it'll create a entire sprite sheet of the individual frames it's going through on those movements. So you can go in and do detailed edits. Under animations is like everything that you're, some of the UI that they already have built in, so it's not overcomplicated. You'd have all your basic movement like walking and dashing down. You have all your various attacks, which tend to be the same in all platform fighters. Your jabs, your up airs, down airs, etc. And then on the right is where you can essentially incorporate all the shit you want to use. So how you upload your sprites, or bring in sound effects, etc. Actions there. So actions and global settings are where most of the actual how your character works are done and programmed. That gets a bit more complicated, so I won't drag on with that, but it would affect everything from how your character acts during a certain attack to you can create cooldowns for your attack to not just have it spam. All that's done in variables, events, actions. And then lastly, you have your stats. That's your character's base stats, like how fast they move all the time, how they act in the air, kind of. If you want to make your character heavy or a floaty air-based character, that's how you would go about it. If that's like the overall of the how it works, and then if you just skip ahead, I just did a little. Then you can save and playtest everything in the bottom. If we skip to right about there. Yeah, right about there. Perfect. And then you go in the playtest. And you can actually play the video at this point. And I don't know. Sorry about the lag. I don't know what's going on, or if that's just on my screen. But
no, it's just buffering.
Yeah, as we can see my.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Yeah,
it's
as we
not
can see.
Smooth. Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's okay.
Yep.
Well, you can see
that's okay.
my
This is
character's moving
it's a
around.
slow-mo breakdown.
Yeah. Have a jab
it's kind of
attack,
good at
my
flagging that
jab.
people can really look at it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can see my character move around, see my down air and my jab attack, etc. You can go through and do everything individually. Well, I just thought this would be interesting to show off for people that enjoy that kind of platform fighter game and may have even more of a creative side, or have always wanted maybe you play Smash Bros and just have always wanted your own Smash Bros kind of character. This is the place.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
it's only $15 on Steam.
Our new hero, Oculus.
There used to be a great eyeball monster in War of the Monsters. You ever play that game?
Oh, I think so. I remember that.
He was like a lightning guy with an eyeball.
Oh, no shit. Nice.
It was cool. It was like a kaiju fighting game. Anyway.
My inspiration was Shumagarath from Marvel vs. Capcom.
He's fun. He likes throwing balls at you.
Yeah, he does.
Big spiky balls. He's got big balls. Anyway.
No, this is really really cool, really interesting. So, yeah, how creative. So yes, and it's called Smack Studio. So,
it's $15 on Steam. Not a bad deal for what you're getting.
No, not at all. Not at all. Excellent. So, yeah, no, thank you for sharing that and making that, and really interesting find. So, I might, next time I have an extra $15, I might have to go and see what I can make. So, yeah. So, no, very, very impressive. So, all right, well, that gets us to out of segment 1 and into segment 2. Continuing with the gaming news. New York Attorney General Letitia James is suing Valve for for letting children and adults illegally gamble for the chance to win valuable virtual prizes, and they're saying it's addictive and harmful. And she is suing. The state of New York is suing to stop Valve's unlawful conduct. And there's, let me change the graphic, and I'll explain a little bit more about what's happening here. But because there's community notes, there's already been debate about this. So let's go back to here.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah, so to kind of provide some clarity, because there's context involved here, is that, so she's maintaining that they made billions of dollars letting children and adults illegally gamble for the chance to win virtual valuable prizes. It says here that cosmetics are optional with disclosed odds and no cash out on Steam. Firms shouldn't be penalized for creating products so popular that users themselves deem them valuable. And apparently this has a lot to do with CSGO, apparently is the primary issue. And so this person has pointed out, you know, it's like they're optional, there's disclosed odds, you can't cash anything out. They're not creating a marketplace, you know, sort of thing. And so this has gotten community noted to kind of explain what the situation is and why the context is important. So I wanted to put the question to the group: do you think the state of New York has legitimate complaint, or is Valve still playing fair? Will, setting aside it's Letitia James, that's not this show.
No. I was gonna say I was like, oh wait, wrong show. But
Cameron's Little News Hour, Mondays at 7. Like,
you gotta have me on some night, and we'll just yap. Some night, if a guest cancels, just call me. Call me down and be like, we'll dual cam it. I was actually gonna say Letitia, regardless of the fact that it's Letitia James, she probably does have a good case, because Valve's lost similar suits because there were off Steam like betting, quote unquote, and like there was these whole like buy-in shares of crates. It was like the cryptocurrency market, but for CS:GO crates almost.
Yeah.
And it was very. They would gamble for skins, and you would put in money for a chance to win whatever. It was a whole fucking mess. Yeah, they lost that lawsuit, I'm pretty sure. So I feel like they'll probably win. I mean, Valve will try to fight it, but I feel like New York will probably win based on previous legal precedent that I've seen in their cases.
Yeah. Connor, any thoughts?
So, well, I have a question, because I'm not sure I'm grasping this subject as well. What's the difference between what they're doing and any gacha game that you pay money to maybe get a skin that you want, or maybe not?
There's not.
That's the argument Valve's lawyers will make. Actually, Connor, you're close. No, you're standing on it. You're good. No, that's the argument Valve will make. That is exactly what Valve will say, is that this is no different than any other game where you're opening something for a chance for whatever have you. But as Will pointed out with CSGO, it's created this whole kind of secondary black market thing.
Yeah, I've seen information about that. I know how people are with their knife skins or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, you just perfectly articulated what Valve's lawyers are going to say in legalese. Like, so.
Okay, so when it comes down to that, I mean, from a legal standpoint, I mean, I'm gonna sound silly, but I have no idea. But from a consumer standpoint, I always thought that kind of thing is stupid. And I don't even have an issue with a game having a marketplace per se, but if you want to spend your money, like, you know, I talk about the game all the show on the time. It's my top #1 game, World of Warcraft. Yeah, they have a marketplace. You can get some mounts or some other cosmetics that you can't acquire any other way. That's up to the person. If they love it that much, what they're seeing, and they want to spend their money on it, that's fine. What I don't like that like gotcha game kind of style though, or what Valve's doing, where you're spending your money hoping to maybe get something good, but it's completely random, and one person could spend $50 and get this crazy valuable thing the first time, and another person could spend hundreds of dollars over and over and over again throughout their playtime and never hit this thing that they're looking for.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
ironically, Star Trek Online has this problem. There are boxes that you can get there. The boxes themselves are free. And you either get them through play in specific areas or events, or you can get them in the stores for free. And then you open them, and it's random as to what there's a list of things that is possible for you to get, but there's no guarantee that if you open that many boxes, you're going to get that many things. There's actually someone actually did a program in Python on GitHub that basically figured out the odds of what you got out of different boxes on STO and how many you had to buy in order to have a better chance of getting something. And
Yeah.
there are some items and quests and things that you will only ever have, and achievements you'll only ever have, if you happen to be on the game in an event that got enough boxes, that got all the items to do that type of thing. And once it's gone, it's gone. So much so that on the in-game marketplace, boxes from previous events for stuff that people want end up being very expensive. I tend to open all of
Yeah.
mine because I want the stuff. But yeah, if I want to go to an event from before I started playing the game, I'd have to buy, in order to have a chance at the good stuff, I'd have to buy 100 of those boxes, and they can go for 2, 3, 4, 5,000 energy credits. That's one of the in-game currencies. 2, 3, 5, EC, and I could spend hundreds of thousands on in-game currency in order to get there, and then you're gonna need to buy keys to open them. So and you have to buy those through Steam, through the game store thing. So it feels like a little bit of a racket, to be honest. Like it's kind of a racket, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know how New York state courts are going to feel about all this, or if any of the judges will even comprehend what any of this stuff is, because they're all ancient. Um, but it does, at a certain point, this whole thing feels like a racket. Because at some
Oh,
point
it
it's like,
is.
okay, why can't I just buy that? If you're gonna have it, then just sell it honestly, rather than hiding it in a box and playing this game.
Well, forgive me if I'm mistaken, but aren't if you're not an adult, don't you have to have your parents like on your account and shit to like have a credit card or have
Yeah,
access to a card? Yeah.
yeah,
So again, watch your children. If you don't want them buying it, don't give them the credit card number. Don't tell them they can't buy loot crates on fucking CS:GO for 250 a pop or whatever.
yeah.
And I mean, like, I participated in a little, not gambling or anything, but I tried my luck when I would get a crate. Most expensive thing I ever got was an op Cortacera. I sold it for 28 bucks.
Yeah.
There you go.
um the Dragon Lore op, the AWP, it's a big sniper rifle. Is the most expensive one ever sold, and it's also the rarest. And a factory new, this is the like PSA 10 version of one of these things, has sold anywhere from 50,000 to 475,000 for
Mm.
that skin. And the skin doesn't, like, none of this stuff does anything. It's it's like NFTs or cryptocurrency. It has perceived value due to rarity. So it's basically like a dick shaking contest, basically, for bragging rights. That's all that stuff is. And some people will go all in on it, and like they'll spend like $1,000 on crates to try to pull a knife because they know if they pull a rare knife, they've at least made their money back.
Right.
Yeah.
And which is insane. But yeah, the market is weird, and the off-site gambling things that people could buy into was weird. Um, I think that Letitia's probably going to have a pretty good case.
Yeah, I mean, one of the first community notes is that Counter-Strike CS is rated M with Steam parental controls. Minors playing reflects parental supervision choices only, which is what Valve was going to say, sort of thing. Yeah, I mean, I feel, yeah, I mean, the whole unlocking, loot crates and buying boxes and all this type of thing. I think that's all a bit rackety, because you can buy a lot and not get anything you actually want, sort of thing. That's a bit of a racket. I think the fact that there is a cash secondary market for this stuff that is very specific to CS and all this sort of thing, I think that's probably something that probably is worth getting shut down. Here's the problem, though, really, legally. This is a state level case. So if it goes through and she gets it stopped, what's Valve going to do? Ban New York IP addresses from accessing CS? So like, how's this going to work? How do you plan to enforce this ruling?
I feel like this is probably going to play into that age verification controversy.
Oh, I'm
I
sure
feel like
that'll
that's
help.
probably the
Yeah.
direction it's going to go.
Oh, I'm sure. Absolutely. Um yeah, it's yeah, I kind of wonder what the enforcement plan is, or if they just want to fine Valve for, for the problem, or but yes, I'm sure now there's going to be, age verification account that it will definitely help that argument. And that's obviously
Reminder,
where all of this is going.
reminder to the people and watchers out there, we have to have age verification because people are too stupid. That's why. People have squandered our ability to have to our autonomy, and that's why we have to have age verification now.
Yeah,
That's the
it's a
cause for
quite.
most things because people are dumb.
Yes, yes.
For
That
every
is.
warning label, there's a story behind it.
Yes, always, always, always and forever, always and forever. Um, before before we move on to upcoming concert season updates from Will, I thought we would stop, since Brian wasn't able to make it today, and stop and talk a little about our new game, Woke Word Wars. Now, the reason why I bring this up, the listener should know, Brian reached out to me and asked if I wanted to have him on the Cameron Journal to talk about it, and I said, I can do you one better. If you send me free product, I have this other show that is going to be a great fit for it. And he did. He sent it fast. He's in California. He sent it in like 2 days. It was very quick. And
Yeah, very very generous. Thank you for doing that.
yes, and very generous to send us a whole game set for free. And so Connor also very generously came down last Wednesday, and we played 2 rounds of it and did a Bloodborne stream. Yeah, it was a stream. We
Well,
did a
that
blood.
wasn't generous. I needed that as much as anybody else.
Well, no, but we still thank you for coming on down. So we did a Bloodborne stream, and then we played Woke Word War. We did the show, and then we played Woke Word Wars later on. And so I thought we could just talk about the game for a little bit and talk about what our experiences were and how we liked it and all this type of thing. And the first round of us playing it is on Rumble right now. I got to go throw it up on YouTube, but yeah. So I just opened the floor to talking about how'd you like the game? What'd you think?
I really enjoyed it. I, I mean, we had a little discussion about these kind of games in general.
Yeah.
It is how to say it, like Cards Against Humanity style of play, but I like seeing it with the more, modern. It's very up to date. Everything in the game felt about the times that we're all going through right now, and then also the addition of the trump cards, I think, is pretty fun. Adds a little extra chaos. The only thing I'd really say that's not it's not negative, it just wasn't our experience, is that I definitely feel like it's a game that would peak if you were at a more high energy party with like a lot of people.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely, you can play it with how many people? Again?
3 to 20.
20 people. So it really is, I mean, like a decent sized party game.
No,
For those
yeah,
out there.
it absolutely is, and that's why I at the end of it, if people, when they watch the round 2 video isn't up yet, but at the end I say I would love to play this again and have everybody over, like get Nick down here and Matt, everybody. That I think would be insane. Like, no, I would love to. Yeah, it's a great party game if you got a group of friends together and it's fun. Once you get through your first round and learn how to do it, it goes very fast. And I even said in the round two, I said it's faster this time because we know what we're doing and we've read the rules 3 or 4 times. You get to watch us go through the whole thing. We put it all out there. And so it gets very fast, and it would be a lot of fun with more people. We had a great time with just the three of us, but it would get insane with more people, because just like how you have a phrase and then you can add words. What's unique about this game is it's not just one card, it's 1 to 3 cards, and each player gets 2 trump cards where they can add cards on. So it provides an interesting element, especially when you can have some cards ask you for more than 1 word, up to 1 to 3, and you can add 1 to 3 of your own, which can create some pretty funny phrasing and conjunctions and all this type of thing. And so it's a very fun, flexible game, and you'd think with all the extra cards it would slow it down, but when our round 2 video is out, you'll see it actually goes quite fast, which I think is interesting. So.
Yeah, it did definitely go faster the second time around, and I feel like, yeah, if you could get a whole group of people together, yeah, this would slay at parties. And I feel like, this is not, it says on the box, the whole tropes of like, don't get offended easily. If you get offended easily, you probably don't want to play this, and that's true. But if you agree to play it, just be aware there's a lot of silly stuff. There's a lot of hurtful, quote unquote, words that people may find hurtful, but it's all in good fun. And it pokes fun at the ridiculousness of today and politics and just the state of the world as we see it through our television screens, most of the day.
Yeah.
Absolutely my type of humor, because I'm absolutely, the fart and piss joke type of comedian lover. Um, yeah, the I have an example image up here of a couple of one of the cards. So for the people listening here, so you'll have it starts with whoever voted Democrat last, or
Yep.
the most recent Democrat voter,
Yep.
which was Cameron.
Yep.
But so he would deal the card. The trigger card, as it's called, is to fight climate change. Californians must now power their homes with blank. And we have an example of a 4-player game here. So the three answer cards get put down, one from each team or person. To fight climate change, Californians must now power their homes with. You flip your response card over. They must now power their homes with a throuple that lives in a tiny house on wheels.
That one's good.
Yes.
To fight climate change, Californians must now power their homes with the League of Pea-Smelling Cat Ladies. You must now power your homes with race and gender swap Disney princesses. So that's a little taste. And then, yeah, the trump card edition, it's like if you are midway through the round, you slam down your trump card, you want to add 1 to 2 cards extra in your hand to make the cards funnier, more competitive. So it's a nice take in a sea of Cards Against the Humanity clones. This one really stands out. It was a lot of fun.
Yes, absolutely. I think that's an excellent assessment. And like I said, on Rumble, our Rumble channel, which if you go to the Substack, you'll know where that is. thelivingjoke.substack.com. And it's also on Substack on the front page right now. So you can go and check out the round 1 video with us learning how to play the game and talking through it, and then the round 2 video will be out at some point here soon. And hopefully we'll be able to have the creator of the game on here soon. I got to do some rescheduling. Got to reach out to him. But I'll be in touch with him, and we'll have him on here soon. But
Yeah.
No, I found it incredibly enjoyable. I had a ton of fun. It is definitely it definitely kind of takes the portmanteau of all these different languages and things and concepts and kind of mushes them together. I wouldn't say it's particularly right wing, left wing, like that. I think it's funny. It's kind of poking fun at tropes and stereotypes and all of these things. And I think it's all an incredibly good fun. And it is part of its whole shtick is it is meant to kind of provoke some rage and some fighting. The instructions are
Oh, yeah.
hilarious about that and all
Yeah.
this type of thing. So yeah, so be prepared for some discomfort in all directions. Be prepared for very odd, horrible things to be proposed. You know, bring your smart
Mhm.
friends who have weird senses of humor, and you'll have a good time. So
Yeah. Shout out to Brian McMillan, creator of the game. Thank you for the copy, and go give him a shout out and check out Woke Word Wars.
yes. So, yeah, and there's his website, wilkwardwars.com. I know it's available on Amazon, I think, but probably
Yes.
elsewhere. But yeah, but everything, just Google that. His website comes up and retail outlets, all this type of thing. And like I said, it's kind of our first time doing a video for free product. Well, first time for Will and Connor. I've done videos like that before for the Cameron Journal. But as in this show, in my Cameron on the Living Joke context, it's our first video for product type of thing, which is really exciting and a great milestone for the show. Because people forget we started this last August. This show is not even a year old. This is episode 37, I think. So this is a really
Hmm.
cool milestone for us at this stage of the game. So yeah. So
Yeah. It
yeah.
was very very cool. It's very surreal for me because yeah, it's crazy that just that we even had the opportunity.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, good. So now we can go on to segment 3. I had to put in kind of a segment 2.5 there for a second. Segment 3.
Yeah.
Oh, you have a bunch of music, concert update stuff. I have the Louder Than Life Festival website. I got the
All right.
Metallica video up. So just let me know what you want when.
So I also just put in a picture of a lady in there that you could pull up now for so for I like to let people know when I think good concerts are coming to town. And if you're in the Northeast, especially, and you like um, metalcore, you grew up in the early 2010s era of metal and metalcore, you would probably like Flyleaf. And guess what? Flyleaf is doing their 20th anniversary tour, and guess who's back? Lacey Sturm, reprising her role as lead singer for the tour. The last time we saw her was in
Oh,
2012.
very nice.
Um,
That's awesome.
yes, the original singer is back. So those people I thought might be, because a lot of people, Lacey and Kristen, between the two, it's very big controversy at the time. But Kristen has moved on, so I'm glad to see Lacey's doing better, has done whatever she needed to do, and she's back with Flyleaf to make some more kick-ass music. If you don't remember her or remember Flyleaf, you might want to check out their album Memento Mori. It was their original one. They had their biggest hits off that, like All Around Me, I'm So Sick, Fully Alive, and Cassie. So yeah, those are some of my favorites too. So be sure to check that out. Flyleaf is coming to Philadelphia and Boston. And they are, hold on, I accidentally closed the tab. Sorry. Flyleaf. Yeah, let me give you the correct date here. Sorry. Okay, so Philadelphia, PA, July 11th at the Fillmore. And we also have the next closest ones to us are July 12th in Boston, Mass at the House of Blues, and July 13th at the Wellmont in New Jersey. So if you're in the Northeast and you don't mind traveling a little bit, or maybe that's local to you, be sure to go check out Flyleaf because I'm hyped that they're back. I hope for a new album.
It's pretty exciting. I really always liked her vocals. I still, even though don't really indulge in that genre as much anymore, I still love throwing "I'm So Sick" on every now and then.
Mm. Oh yeah. It's like sometimes I throw on. I'll listen to Linkin Park Meteora back to front.
Yeah, nice.
The one of those days. It's like, yeah, I just want to listen to some Linkin Park and be emo. I don't know. Visit my angsty days. Up next, this is unfortunately not local, but it's a big festival, music festival. This is the Louder Than Life tour, if you want to pull that website up. It's going to be September 17th through the 20th this year in Louisville, Kentucky, at the Kentucky Expo Center. And you're going to see there they have some of the notable names here. We've got Iron Maiden, A Day to Remember, My Chemical Romance, Limp Bizkit, Tool, The Prodigy is coming, which I think is fun. We got Coal Chamber, haven't heard from them in a long time. POD.
Damn.
Pantera coming for a reunion show. I think they're back together now, which is awesome. Sabaton, we got Machine Head, Pierce the Veil, Papa Roach, Gojira. I've seen a lot of these people. Ice Nine Kills, Nothing More. A lot of people hate on Nothing More, and I don't blame them. Sorry, Nothing More. Rise Against, Pretty Reckless, Kill Switch Engage, and Black Veil Brides. We've got Circa Survive, Skillet, Fit for a King, Blood for Blood. Oh, Blood for Blood, hell yeah. We got Blood for Blood, Agnostic Front, Madball, H2O, Barbarians of California, Many Eyes, and Co-Defendants. That's going to be a sick day. Soil, Texas Hippie Coalition. Weird ass band, but you know, they got some hits. So yeah, check that out. Oh, Jeff Hardy, WWE Superstar, is going to be there with Power Man 5000 and Primer 55. Holy shit.
That's awesome.
Whoa. Hell yeah, dude. That's
shit.
some deep cuts right there. Oh my god. Next up is the Metallica residency at the Sphere in Las Vegas. This is just a fun bit of news. I've heard ticket prices are insane. I haven't looked them up myself, but I imagine they're probably thousands of dollars. But yeah, this is for our video watchers. That was a quick clip of the Metallica graphics over the outside of the Sphere. So I imagine that's going to be an incredible performance. I would love to go see that. I'd love to go see the Sphere in general. How about you guys?
I saw it when it was under construction in 2022. And it was almost done. They hadn't turned it on yet. It has completely changes the skyline of Vegas. I had stopped in Vegas to see this girl I was talking to on the way back from a conference in Arizona. It has changed the Vegas skyline. It is really cool. It's larger than you think it is. Weirdly. Most things are smaller than you think they'll be. This is actually larger than you think it is. I saw some footage of them doing the Wizard of Oz inside of it, and it was quite impressive. So yeah, that'd be really cool.
Ooh.
So, but
yeah.
So
let's see. Next up, I have for my thrash metal fans out there and older heavy metal fans, Death Angel is coming to Norwalk, Connecticut, May 16th. So, folks in Norwalk, people in Connecticut, eyes up front. We're calling you. Death Angel's coming for you to Norwalk, Connecticut. But we also have May 15th in Sayreville, New Jersey. We have got May 19th in Cameron's favorite home base, Wilmington, Delaware. And we have New York, and Buffalo, New York, Allentown, PA, and Baltimore, Maryland. So all commutable from the Northeast if you're in like the tri-state area. And then lastly, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to the band Ghost. Tobias Forge is going to be taking a break and Ghost will be going on hiatus for the rest of the year after finishing their Skeletor last tour wrapped up. But nothing bad. Just taking some time to focus on family, recharge his creativity after 15 years of near constant touring. And they've been on a really, really great run, and he's taken some time to recharge, and that's awesome. And I think a lot of people neglect to do that in the music field, in the music scene, so good to see he's focusing on himself and family and whatnot. Because like Cameron, you and I have talked about, there comes a time when you realize you're missing a lot of things. So it's good to take time, step back, and gain more perspective. And so Best of luck, Tobias Forge. Hope to see you again soon.
Yep, absolutely. No, it's
And
a
that's really all I
hustle.
got.
Yeah, no, it's a hustle, and you do wear out, at a certain juncture. So, no, that's really great. So, that brings us to dessert, and this show was gonna be crazy today anyway because everybody brought so much stuff. We didn't have a guest, so it actually worked out to where this was not as crazy long as I thought it was going to be. Was talking to Will something like we could literally go for like 90 minutes, 2 hours tomorrow. Fortunately, we're gonna go for like an hour and 20 minutes, which is fine. But for dessert, I'm gonna have everybody and us and whatnot react to this little gem I found.
Oh boy.
That is
All right.
yeah, hang on, let's just take let me just
I was
take
good.
us
I
there.
didn't peek. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I didn't peek either.
It gets so much worse. This is
became
the
a
highest
dad.
we'll be. We're going downhill from here.
I was 12 when I found out I was gonna be there. Now I'm 13.
Hunter's
Well,
13 years old and already
Now
a
I'm
dad
13.
after finding out at just 12 that he was expecting a baby with his girlfriend Bella. Bella, now 15, was 14 when she fell pregnant, and the pair have been sharing their journey online ever since. Their story has drawn massive attention, with viewers across social media split between support and concern as the teen parents document life with their newborn.
I didn't think at 15 years old I'd be pregnant. I didn't think with a 13-year-old either.
The TLC series Unexpected follows teenage parents navigating pregnancy and early parenthood, and in the upcoming season, Bella and Hunter, who give viewers an inside look at their journey after Bella became pregnant. Bella's parents were initially stunned by the news, and tensions reportedly ran especially high with Hunter's family after it was revealed they had hoped she would terminate the pregnancy.
I took a golf class, so I think I'm gonna win.
Like we should have sent you to a sex ed class.
Dad, I took the sex ed class and failed that one, but I passed the child growth and
Oh,
development
no
class.
shit.
Bella has said she wasn't trying to get pregnant and explained that when she found out she was expecting, she never saw not keeping the baby as an option. She also shared that her parents were incredibly supportive, both during her pregnancy and after the birth of her son.
I was trying to prevent teenage pregnancy.
The condom broke.
yo,
Bella gave birth to
you little,
Yeah.
no, yo, she smiled, she knows,
I fell out of my. That was the moment I was waiting for. I literally fell off the furniture. I stood up. I took my glasses off. I walked outside. I needed a moment, and I'm kind of like, I'm gonna troll the guys with this. I want to see the look on y'all's faces when she says the condom broke and smiles. Your reaction was perfect. Yes. Like, when we all lived together, this would be some shit where I'd walk out with my phone and be kind of like, I got one for you. Now we put this shit on the air for everybody. But like, it's just like, but it's just like, So
the condom broke. Yeah, you actually have to take it out of the wrapper though.
Like,
you have to use
the
it.
condom ever on? Like,
I tried to fit the foil and everything over it, but it just didn't feel good. I got aluminum foil in my dick.
Minus the fact you always have to have it going the right way, otherwise it won't unfurl, which I always found confusing as a young person.
Look at
Anyway,
her.
that's
Look at her in the bed. Look at her face.
She's smug as a bug, bro.
She is so smug.
She loves it.
She's like
she doesn't watch this, but my mother watches reality TV. So there's commercials come on for this series, and every time I'm just like, who the fuck sits there and watches this shit?
Yeah.
TLC, I've said for years that TLC is they're secretly comedians under the guise of like being like a beneficial like progressive company. I feel like,
yeah,
because they do take on a lot of stories that like Little People Big World, which I always found as a hilarious premise, because it's a show centered on small people, people with dwarfism, and I always found the title of the show just hilarious. They're so small, but they have such big problems. Or that doctor that roasts the fat people on My 600-Pound Life, the one that goes viral all the time, that old man.
Oh.
He's like, she's like, no, I didn't eat anything all day. He's like, she's like, but you can't just, let me go to bed without any food. He's like, you have eaten enough food for 2 lifetimes. And he just walks out of the room. Or he's like, you've eaten for the next 6 months. You're good, bitch.
You've got reserves. Be all right.
These people are like close to death. Like that's how. If you've never seen that show, it's like My 600-Pound Life. It's more like my 900-pound life. These people are like sick. So, but
I mean,
some of the moments that come out on TLC, that's why I say they're comedians under the guise of being nice.
I mean, the sad thing is this is the reality TV concept. Remember that guy Ty Pennington who'd build houses for people and everything?
Oh yeah, he was always railing coke, dude.
A lot of energy there.
That's why he got fired.
And I was like, well, have you met the man? I would anticipate this was the. Did you not know this during multiple contract negotiations? Who works for you? But it's yeah. I mean, it's all of these shows are fundamentally transactional and exploitative. That's why when the guy who did Bum Fights went on Dr. Phil, he went dressed up as Dr. Phil to make a point that they were both in the same business, sort of thing.
That shit was funny.
It was very funny. No, it's all transactional, it's all exploitative, and the reality is we're human beings, we're mammals. We love a lot of drama when it's not happening to us. Like a car wreck, you can't look away. Train wreck, can't look away. It's the same. It's all the same impulse. If things are going down to someone else, we're watching. Like, so hold up a mirror, America. You're the reason why this is on the air. But
I'm gonna have to go. We're gonna have to have a gripes episode so I can talk about rubberneckers and traffic.
Yes, we'll have to do a whole show, grind my gears. So yeah, it's it's a whole thing. I'm still stuck on, wow, you guys were 13 and 14 and managed to, okay. All right.
He just got out of, feety pajamas. And he's already a dad, He just,
I mean, he'll have
and you come home and you say, wow, who's this man?
Yeah. No, I mean, so I had a friend last year that passed away, and I gave him a lot of crap because he had kids so young. His oldest will be out of high school. If he had continued, his oldest would have been out of high school before he turned 40. And I gave him a lot of shit about that. And I'm kind of like, this poor kid, he's going to have a whole adult human in his house, and he'll be in his early 30s. He's like, he's 13. So in a decade, he'll be 23 with a 10-year-old. And then literally tack on 8 years, he'll be 31 when this kid is out of the house. So
congratulations.
In another day and time would have not been that unusual, but in the year of our Lord 2026 is.
Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. You've given birth to a beautiful new roommate.
I mean, in this economy, like,
it's like, oh, you're 21 and I'm like 34. All right, you got to start paying. We're basically roommates. You're not my son.
Right. It's like help you get a start in life. My life hasn't started, mostly because of you.
Yeah.
So no.
Well, we all give up dreams sometimes. Mine ended when I had you. I hear one of the best insults that I've heard, from the chuckle fuck orderly, because he genuinely was funny or whatever, but he said, Will, the best part of you dribbled down the inside of your father's leg.
It's beautiful.
Love that one.
Well, I'd be like, well, the best part of you didn't even make the egg, so it was just wandering around in the corner in a circle around a traffic.
It kind of just got lucky. It was like a roulette wheel.
one of my favorite things to ask people is,
One
"Wow,
sad little
you're
sperm slowly following into the egg.
yeah." So a good one to throw out there is, "You're the sperm that made it." Weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yep, you're the
of the
sperm that made
millions of options, we ended up with you. Fascinating.
it.
But yeah, so it's
Or
anyway.
your parents, your mom should have swallowed. That was another one.
That's always a good one. Yeah, like yeah, especially especially if it's like a parent and child and they're both being bitchy, just turn them on and be kind of like, "Ma'am, you could have swallowed." Like it's
You ever want to an insult that's like people don't expect coming is you could say, I'm gonna like if in a gamer rage moment you want to trash talk or something, be like, I'm gonna come over to your house and I'm gonna tie your mom to the radiator and I'm going to make her jealous of the things I do to your dad.
I scared a friend of mine one night. He's like how would you just destroy someone's life? And I said, very easy. I would break into their house late at night, married couple, and I said, and I would grape the husband, and then I would leave and disappear. And I said, and I guarantee their whole life will fall apart within 2 years.
Mm.
And he just sat there and he's kind of like, "You're dark, man. That's I'm like, yeah, she won't see him as a man anymore and she'll leave him. The whole marriage will be over in 2 years. They'll be in divorce court." I'm like, that's how you really upend someone's life. I said, and he'll question his sexuality from now on. He may even engage in their further homosexual behavior. Like, no, that's how, if you really, really want to just completely ruin someone's whole existence, you gotta think primal and deep. And this dude, he is biker affiliated, very tough dude, blah blah blah, all this type of thing, and he just sat there in dead
Oh
silence,
yeah.
kind of like, "That's super fucked up, dude. You're really dark." And I'm kind of like, "You asked the question."
Oh, I know who this was.
Yes, you
Yeah.
do know who this was.
It's like,
And
yeah, it's like people. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just kind of, I'm kind of like you. I'm like, my brain. Friends and family know my brain is completely broken. It does nothing correctly. It doesn't even breathe correctly because I have asthma. Nothing works. And so if you want to come up with some weird, odd thing that no one else could possibly think of, ask me, because that's what my brain just does naturally. That's why like nothing makes sense and things don't work. My interacting with the general world never works because my brain is not on the same template as everybody else. And so you can always rely on me to come out of left field with just something absolutely very strange.
Well, apparently
And
the
just
way
doesn't make
to
any
ruin
sense.
somebody is to send me after them.
That is true, but no, we're not going
Yeah.
there. But yes, it's a very odd thing. So yeah, I don't even remember how we got on this topic, but it just it's a very people. People all. I think if there's one thing that these things always remind me of is there are as much as you think everyone is living the same life or having the same experience, whereas within some bound of normal. I think the moral of the story. Tugboat's here. Hello, Great Leader. He's our official Great Leader mascot.
Takapoto-san.
Yes.
No, you can't hit the vape, Tugboat. You're not old enough. You
Um,
don't have lips.
No, I think the sad moral of the story is, as much as you think that there's like a normal band of activities where most people are living a certain life, you can always find out that someone is living some absolutely crazy existence that is just completely out of the ordinary of what you're doing. And that's a story I'd love to see a video update in 10 years. Where does that story go? All right, well, because they'll not make it out of high school, by the way. Like, that relationship won't last. Like, it's, and because
Yeah.
a part of it's just economics. Like, you have two kids who they haven't gotten to high school yet to drop out of it yet. You know, you know, it's just like, it's like that's a, you know, she'll probably never really do much more with her education. He might get his GED at somewhere, whatever have you. Dollars and cents economically, that partnership is not set up for success. Like, it just isn't. And my guess is
I
that
love
kid's
you,
gonna end up getting
Stephanie.
raised by
I
grandparents.
love you,
I've
Stephanie.
kind of seen this story play out before, and yeah. Anyway, what are you saying, Will?
I said I love you, Stephanie.
Oh, anyway.
Love me.
Love me, say that you love me.
Why did you leave me? It's your outfit, dude. No.
I should have had a V8.
Or a Snickers.
Here, have a Snickers. You're not yourself. You're Betty White right now. Did you notice? Like, you turned into America's beloved sweetheart. So
I turn into John Larroquette.
yes, and I turn into the original Night Court judge, and we just start having Night Court. So Brent Spiner drives up from Maryland, and it's a whole thing.
Right out of obscurity.
Yes. If you watched Nick at Night in the 90s. Anyway, that's all we have, guys.
Mean, now they rebooted it, but
oh yeah, yes, that's right.
They did, yeah, with one of the chicas from Big Bang Theory as the judge, because that judge is passed. And, yeah.
But what's fun is that the guy that plays Dan Fielding, is back playing Dan Fielding. And he's fucking hysterical.
That's good to know.
Yeah, it is. I will say the new Night Court is pretty good. I've watched a couple episodes of it. It's a lot of fun. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I loved the old one, but Bull passed away.
Bull did pass away. Yeah, heart issues, and yeah. So that was
R.I.P.
Yeah. Brent Spiner is so known for Data, people forget he actually started out in comedy, and his character on Night Court was literally cemented and kind of started his career. He's why he got Star Trek, actually, was Night Court.
I didn't know that.
Because he got super popular on Night Court. Yep. And when they were casting for TNG in '87, he'd had a great run on Night Court. People kind of knew who he was. That's how he got TNG. So, yep.
Oh, very interesting.
Yep. Yeah, there's a new podcast with Frakes and Spiner now, where they're kind of telling all the dirty industry secrets. So
and what about the man with the bicycle?
Exactly.
Did you hear about the child with his hand stuck in the tuba? And what about his wife who had cancer? Do you
all
like
of these
seafood?
things have one thing in common tonight on the Twilight Zone.
Oh my god. Yep. Beyond belief with Jonathan Frakes, I loved when I was a kid.
Yes. Could it be that aliens
or unsolved mysteries, and at the end, and it remains unsolved, and everybody's like, oh, yeah, it's the show.
It is right in the title. So, but anyway, now we're just riffing. That's all the show that we've got and everything. So, yeah. So, final thoughts, everybody, before we kind of wrap things up.
Brian, hit us up. We want you on the show.
Yes. Yes, I will. Yep, thank you. I will reach out to him and get him rebooked. So.
Take care, everybody. Have a good day, and just stay warm or stay cool wherever you are.
Yes. We finally get to stay cool. It's a balmy 48, which is practically a heat wave.
I know.
So, all right, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for doing this, and thank you everybody for coming. Make sure to find us on Substack, thelivingjoke.substack.com, and on social media, TLJ_joke. My name is Cameron. That's Will. That's Connor. This is The Living Joke. We will see you next week, everyone. Bye-bye now.
Until next time.